So you're considering moving to Palos Verdes, but you're not quite sure where to start? In this video, I'm going to give a general overview of the Palos Verdes Peninsula. My name's Tony Butita. I'm a local realtor here in Palos Verdes in the South Bay. This channel is about all things real estate and living in Palos Verdes in the South Bay. If this is your first time to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to know about new videos as they come out, hit the notification bell below. The Palos Verdes Peninsula is one of the most beautiful places in Southern California. Palos Verdes is known for its remote location, quiet neighborhoods, excellent schools, and of course, the views. Palos Verdes is a peninsula and sub-region of the Los Angeles metropolitan area, located roughly 15 miles south of LAX and 25 miles south of downtown LA. The population of roughly 80,000 people live amongst four cities: Rancho Palos Verdes, Palos Verdes Estates, Rolling Hills, and Rolling Hills Estates. In 1846, Jose Sepulveda and Jose Loreto received a Mexican land grant acquiring a portion of Rancho San Pedro, which they named Rancho de los Palos Verdes, meaning Ranch of the Green Sticks or trees. The area was primarily used as a cattle ranch until the 1880s, when ownership passed from the Sepulveda family to Jonathan Bixby, who leased the land to Japanese farmers. In 1913, on behalf of an investment group, Frank Vanderlip, known as the father of Palos Verdes, purchased much of the area for $1.5 million. Today, Rancho Palos Verdes is the peninsula's largest city, with a population of roughly 43,000 people. Rancho Palos Verdes, or RPV, covers much of the peninsula and has a western region and an eastern region. If you'd like to be closer to the PV shopping centers, most of the schools, and easy access off the hill to the beach cities, then the western side of the hill is probably for you. On the eastern side of the hill, you'll be much closer to San Pedro, the schools and shopping centers within San Pedro, and the 110 freeway. Homes with views on this side of the hill will primarily get eastern-facing views, which will overlook the Port of Los Angeles. Many of the homes here will also have city views, and if you're on the back side of the peninsula, you'll likely get views of Catalina Island as well. If you're hoping to buy a home up here for under $1.5 million, this side of the hill is probably your best bet. In 2023, roughly 50 homes closed for under $1.5 million, and a handful of those were actually in the $900,000 range. One thing to be aware of, though, is that if you're planning on moving here for the school district, if you're buying on the east side of the hill, you'll want to make sure that the home is in the Palos Verdes Peninsula Unified School District as opposed to the LA Unified School District. Due to its location and proximity to shopping, schools, and the beach cities, the western side of RPV is typically more sought after. In 2023, only 16 homes closed for under $1.5 million, 6 of which were actually under $1.4 million. Understand, though, that these homes are typically fixers and need a lot of work. If your budget is $1.5 to $2 million, this area will most likely present the most options to you. In 2023, roughly 70 homes closed in this price range. On this side of the peninsula, you'll find most of the shopping and dining. Right in the middle of this side of the hill, you'll find Peninsula Center, which features the area's most shopping and dining in one location. Here you can shop at stores like Pavilions and Rite Aid, the local Target, and there are a number of coffee and dining options. Down the road, you'll find Promenade PV, which is the outdoor mall, and a little further down, you'll find the Silver Spur Town and Country Shopping Center. Here you'll find Bristol Farms, the local CVS, and a number of shops and eateries. Other shopping areas on this side of the hill include Golden Cove Plaza, which includes the local Trader Joe's, a seafood market, and a handful of coffee and dining options. Lanada Bay Plaza, which has a local general store, Raffaello's Pizzeria, a coffee shop, and some local businesses. And Malaga Cove Plaza, which also has a general store and cafe, one of the local Yellow Vase locations, and a number of local businesses as well. On the western side of the peninsula, you'll find most of the schools, while on the eastern side, you'll find some schools, including Marist Intermediate School and the new UCLA South Bay campus. In 1923, Palos Verdes Estates was carved out of Rancho Palos Verdes and became the area's first established subdivision. The oldest building in PVE is the La Venta Inn, which was constructed in 1923. The Malaga Cove Plaza was also developed around this time. PVE is known for its well-manicured homes, quiet streets, and amazing views. PVE also has its own private police department. One thing to note about Palos Verdes Estates is that there are no traffic lights or street lights. One of the reasons for this is to avoid light pollution, which many residents like, especially those who like to look at the night sky, as well as the nighttime views from the hill. Much of PVE is nestled along the cliffs and in the hills above Lanada Bay, Bluff Cove, and Malaga Cove. Just east of Malaga Cove Plaza, you'll find the highly sought-after Valmonte section of Palos Verdes Estates. Often referred to as the tree section, Valmonte is home to charming neighborhoods surrounded by beautiful trees, a walking trail, and the Palos Verdes Golf Club. Palos Verdes Golf Club opened on November 15, 1924. The golf course was designed and built by William P. Bell and George C. Thomas, whose other work includes Riviera Country Club, Bel Air Country Club, and the golf course at Ojai Valley Inn. If your budget is to stay under $1.5 million, Palos Verdes Estates is probably not going to present you with many options, as only 3 homes closed in this price range in 2023. Here's a breakdown of the number of homes sold in 2023. 24 homes were sold between 1.5 and 2 million, 58 homes between 2 and 3 million, 23 homes between 3 and 4, and 30 homes were sold for above $4 million, the highest sale being $12.5 million. In the north and northeast section of the peninsula, you'll find Rolling Hills and Rolling Hills Estates. Rolling Hills Estates borders most of Palos Verdes Drive North and also carves out a small section up in the middle of Rancho Palos Verdes. As the peninsula's third largest city, Rolling Hills Estates has a population of roughly 8,200 people. While some properties will definitely still have views, a lot of the homes will have a lot more land, which might include horse stables, as there are horse trails which weave throughout the city. Construction of Palos Verdes Drive North began in 1933. This area at the time was still considered to be Rancho Palos Verdes. Around 1935, due to the surrounding hills, a new name for the area gained traction. Rolling Hills was developed in the 1930s and 40s and was pitched as a place to come live life as a rancher, not necessarily as a profession, but as a lifestyle. Rolling Hills was built to create an equestrian lifestyle, and the area maintains that feel today, with its white fences, bridle trails, and vast open spaces. In 1957, Rolling Hills Estates became its own municipality with the intention of maintaining the lifestyle of Rolling Hills. Today, Rolling Hills is the peninsula's smallest city, with a population of roughly 1,700 people. However, Rolling Hills has the third highest median house value in the United States. The entire city is on private land, behind gates only accessible to residents and guests. So if you're looking for a really private, remote location in the hills of Palos Verdes, Rolling Hills might be your spot. In 2023, about 50 homes were sold in Rolling Hills Estates, and while a handful were under the 1.5 million range, the majority of homes were sold between $2 and $3 million. There were also roughly 9 homes that sold for over $4 million, the highest of which sold for $6.35 million. In Rolling Hills in 2023, there were only 22 homes sold, and none of those sold for under $2 million. 3 of the homes sold between $2 and $3 million, 5 of the homes sold between $3 and $4 million, but the rest were over $4 million, the highest of which topped out at $12.48 million. Aside from the 4 cities, there's also a small unincorporated area of the Palos Verdes Peninsula, and that would be Westfield and Academy Hill. Westfield is located just east of Crenshaw Boulevard and borders Rolling Hills and Rolling Hills Estates. This neighborhood will have very similar homes to those cities. Just across Crenshaw on the west side and below Chadwick, which is one of the local private schools up here, you'll find Academy Hill. These homes will have a very similar feel to the types of homes you would find in Rancho Palos Verdes and Palos Verdes Estates. Okay, so what if you want to move here and your budget's 1.5 million or even $1 million? It's going to be very difficult to find a single family home for under $1 million and even under 1.5 million at this point. That being said, the peninsula has a ton of condos and townhomes that will sell in that price range. Last year in 2023, there were 109 townhomes and condos which sold for under 1.5 million. 59 of those sold for under $1 million. So if you're looking to move here and maybe you're downsizing or maybe you just want to get your kids into the school district, looking at a townhome or a condo could be a great option to get in the area, get familiar with Palos Verdes, build some equity, and then put yourself in a position to purchase a single family home later if that's what you want to do. So there's a general overview of the Palos Verdes Peninsula. In upcoming videos, we'll look more deeply into each city, and we'll also check out what else the peninsula has to offer, including multiple parks, the local golf courses, which includes Los Verdes Golf Course, one of the most popular public golf courses in the country, the multiple options for hiking and cycling, and the peninsula's only operable resort and hotel, which would be the Terranea Resort. Hopefully this video was helpful. If so, make sure to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell below. If you're thinking of moving to Palos Verdes or the South Bay, or maybe you already live here and you're thinking of buying or selling something, feel free to send me an email, shoot me a text, give me a call. I'd be happy to help in any way that I can. Thanks for watching. I hope wherever you are, you're doing great. See you next time.